Fantasy recommendations for a fan of aSoIaF and Robin Hobb. If you liked Tad Williams' Memory Sorrow and Thorn, you gotta check out the sequel series The Last King of Ostanard. Kushiel's Legacy by Jacqueline Carey. This is a trilogy of trilogies set in an alternate fantasy version of medieval Europe, primarily in an alternate France called Terra d'Ange. It has amazing characters and some really great and complex villains, especially the main antagonist of the first trilogy. There is a lot of sex. The main character of the first trilogy is a courtesan, but the primary focus is adventure and political intrigue. The Wars of Light and Shadow series by Janny Wirt sounds right up your alley and checks all of your criteria. It was recommended to me because I liked Rote, and it has surpassed Rote as my favorite series. You got it right, Kate Elliott is the way to go. At this point, I think I like Crown of Stars more than Rote. Janny Wirt's Bujold's Chalian books, for dead certain. I haven't read it yet, so I can't judge properly, but apparently the sequel series to MS&T, The Last King of Ostanard, borrowed from aSoIaF, just like how aSoIaF borrowed from MS&T, so it might have more moral ambiguity and feel a little less classical. I've heard great things from people who have read it, and a lot put it even higher than MS&T. Maybe try Book of the New Sun? It's quite a complex narrative, but you can read it as a rather straightforward story, and then reread it to appreciate the complexity if you enjoy it. If you love the parts of MS&T from the Hayholt, you might want to check out Gormenghast, which I think was a major inspiration for that. You have to be realistic about these things. Read The First Law by Joe Abercrombie. This series just kind of started, but The Black Dung Thief by Christopher Buehlman, there's a prequel out, and the second installment of the main is due later this year. We are pretty much the same when it comes to fantasy, and this definitely has me excited. His book Between Two Fires is also a great standalone to tide you over. Moral complexity really ramps up in The Last King of Ostanard by Tad Williams. I'd recommend continuing. Shout out to Robert vs. Reddick's Fire Sacrament series. So damn good and underread. As a fellow aSoIaF and Rote lover, I'm shocked to not see more The First Law here. Abercrombie is absolutely Robin's equal in character work and prose, but with Martin's grim background and plot. And one out of left field, if you can handle Fits in Space, may I suggest Sun Eater? I just read the entire series over the past year, and it is now firmly on my MT Rushmore with those other series. I think it's perfect for a Hobb lover if you're not too turned off by space operas. As someone who completely shares your priorities and favored books, I loved Abercrombie's series. They get better and better. The most recent trilogy, Age of Madness, was the closest I found to Hobb's character interiority. Would also recommend The Tainted Cup by Jackson Bennett. I think that's the name. It's like a fantasy mystery, good characterizations and world building, good prose. You've basically just described the aeSoIaN series by Michelle West, especially the Sun Sword section. It's everything you're asking for, and it has it in spades. If anything, the writing in the third subseries, House War, gets a bit too self-indulgent for its own good. I also implore you to give Sword of Shadows another chance. Not a fantasy guy usually, but for slow burn character work and rich description, try The Lyman Chronicles by Dorothy Dennett. Historical fiction, not fantasy, but the prose is dense, the protagonist is deeply morally gray, and the political maneuvering rivals anything in Westeros. 6 thick books. You'll either love it or bounce off hard. No magic, but the attention to period detail scratches that immersive itch. I know recommending Malazan Book of the Fallen is a bit of a meme on here, but I genuinely believe it fully fulfills all your points. I asked this in the Rote sub the other day. I second this question. I think a lot of people didn't exactly get the vibe I was asking, or maybe I didn't articulate it well. But you did, so I'm curious to see what more people say. Guy Gavriel K. is my rec if you haven't read much by him. Have you tried The Temeraire by Naomi Novik? It's the Napoleonic Wars. But what if there was dragons? It's sometimes classified as alt history, so it really goes into the detail of the world. There's also amazing growth for the main characters. I'm gonna go for what I feel are some lesser-known series that admittedly I did read when I was much younger, but around the same time that I first read Robin Hobb. They were comparable in quality to me at the time, and full of exceptional character development. Kate Elliott, Crown of Stars, I know she is on your to read, but this series in particular is great. Ian Irvine, View from the Mirror. I should really reread them. Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. I've been burnt out on fantasy and reading in general, but I read the whole series in under a month while still working full-time. After reading aSoIaF and Wrote, which are my two favorite fantasy series, the first series that has captured my attention was Malazan. It can be a lot, but the prose by Erickson is excellent. The characters are complex, and the series gets better on every reread. The Prince of Nothing by R. Scott Bakker. The Divabad Trilogy and Kushiel's Legacy. Check out Tanith Lee. Kate Elliott and Lewis McMaster are great. I'm in the middle of reading the Green Rider series by Kristen Britton and am really enjoying it. There are definitely some Tolkien vibes throughout.